Happy Monday. It's Bryan Devore, Devore Realty Group, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, California Properties, with another Monday market moment. Last week, we kind of teased the North San Diego County Association of Realtors HomeDex Report and took a look at it. And we do have information about it. And we're going to ask the question, where are prices increasing and where are they decreasing? We'll get into that in just a moment. First, the latest stats. Right now, we have 6,051 homes for sale throughout the county. That's down 8 from last week. Wonder how long it'll take to get below 6,000. Median list price, $925,000. Average days on market is 58 days. Pending sales, 2323. It went up by 29 from last week. Median list price, $865,000. And average days on market, still no change. 3 weeks in a row, 38 days. Months of inventory ticked down just a little bit. It was 3.22. Now it's 3.21. Here's a chart showing total actives and total pendings. You can see the total actives are down a little bit, total pendings up a little bit. How many homes came on the market last week? 746. It's a drop of 81. 10% fewer homes came on the market last week than the week before. Median list price, $899,999. New pendings went up. So 360 new pendings, up 11 versus last week. So that's a good sign. Market is moving. Median list price, $870,000. Average days on market, 32, 2 fewer days versus last week. New pendings listed within the last week was 12, within the last 2 weeks, 120. So 3% of homes are selling in a week or less. 33% are selling in 2 weeks or less. We had fewer homes close escrow last week. 352 homes closed escrow last week, down 41 versus the week prior. Median list price, $899,000, and the median sales price, $897,000. Both numbers were lower than the week before. Average days on market, 38. A little bit of a jump there, 5 more days than the ones that closed the week before. San Diego, kind of near El Cajon, had the least expensive sale for $200,000. Coronado came in with the most expensive sale, $14,750,000. Here is a chart showing new actives and new pendings and new closed sales. A couple of weeks ago, we saw a big spike in the number of new listings that came on the market, but it fell back down again. New pendings up a little bit, still not as many as the week before or a couple of weeks before that. And new closed sales, not as many as we've had in the last couple of weeks, partially because pendings were down. Here's the chart showing median list price and median sales price, about roughly the same as it was a couple weeks ago. HomeDex Report, as we mentioned, HomeDex Report breaks the county up into 4 quadrants. You have East County, Metro, which is downtown and areas around there, North County, and South County. Median sales price was up in East County, up in Metro, up in South County, but down in North County, down by a lot, down by 1.3%. Percentage of original price received, all were down, meaning all of them sold for less than a greater difference between the list price and the sales price than the year prior. Days on market were up across the board. You can see South County was up 43.5%, almost 50% more days on market on the average. Closed sales, interestingly, down in East County, but up everywhere else. So we talked about how, sales are down, the market is not good. Sales are actually up versus where they were a year ago. All right, looking at each quadrant, East County, homes for sale, inventory down versus last year, which is an interesting sign since inventory has been higher in most places. Closed sales, a little bit lower than it was the year before, but up versus 2 years ago. Looking in Metro, again, fewer homes for sale now than it was a year ago. Still way more than it was 2 years ago, but inventory is coming down a little bit there. But closed sales was up. Month supply, which is why month supply was down 8.8%. So homes are selling a little faster in the metro area. In North County, fewer homes for sale now than a year ago. More than we had 2 years ago, but again, inventory is lower than it was last year. Sales were up versus last year and the year before because of interest rates. So that's why month supply is down 6.1%. And the number of closed sales up 11%. South County, Way fewer homes for sale now in South County than it was a year ago. 390 homes for sale versus 505 last year, and closed sales up. So months of supply went way down, down 27% to 2.4 months of inventory. Days on market was higher, but closed sales up 10%. All right, so what are prices doing in the different areas? Well, we've always talked about how real estate's hyper local. You can't just look at the county or the city, even the zip code, although it's a better indicator. Neighborhood is the best indicator. But looking at some of these zip codes that I pulled out, if you look at San Diego downtown, median sales price was up almost 16% versus last year. Closed sales was about the same. Days on market, though, was up 61%. So even though homes took way longer to sell, prices came up quite a bit. And 45 is a decent sample size. But then if you look at, for example, Pacific Beach, median prices were up 20.7%. Sales were down 19.2%. So going in opposite directions. Then if you look at North County, let's take a look at Carlsbad. Carlsbad's a great way to look at the market because you have 4 different zip codes in the same city. In 92008, which is northwestern part of Carlsbad, median prices were down 11.8%. Closed sales were down 13%. 92009, which is southeast Carlsbad, prices were down 8.3%. Sales were down 5.3%. 92010, which is northeast Carlsbad, 10.4% drop in the median sales price, about the same number of closed sales. And in 92011, which is typically the more expensive zip code, southwest part of Carlsbad, median prices were actually down 18.8%, biggest drop of the 4 zip codes. Closed sales, though, were up 29.4%. So it's very important to take a look at all the different cities and the different zip codes to see what's happening in your area. If you'd like to get the HomeDex report for the full county, give me a call, send me a text or an email. Be glad to send it to you. That's it for this week's Monday Market Moment. Hope you have a great day. I look forward to seeing you next Monday.